A man races through a dense forest, panic etched on his face. He's desperate to escape, but the trees seem to close in around him, offering no exit. The sun sets, plunging the woods into darkness, yet he presses forward. Stumbling upon a chilling sight, he finds a skeleton of a small creature with a sign that reads, "Point of no return." The words send dread through him, his fear plain to see as night deepens. Birds scatter from the trees, and with nowhere to hide, he climbs a tall tree in terror. But his grip fails and he plummets to the ground. Just before he blacks out, a shadowy figure drags him away, his screams echoing as the scene fades, leaving the figure's identity a mystery. 6 days later, the story shifts to a city where a young woman named Minna lives. She's alone with only her sister for family. Working at a pet store, Minna is tasked by her boss to deliver a parrot to the zoo. She takes the bird home for the night, planning to head to the zoo the next morning. Setting out with the parrot, Minna takes a wrong turn and finds herself driving into the same eerie forest where the man vanished. Confused and lost, she can't find a way out and abandons her car to search for help on foot. Clutching the parrot's cage, as darkness falls, the forest grows ominous and birds suddenly flee the trees. The ground trembles, and Minna senses a presence nearby. An old woman darts past, running from something. Minna chases her, calling for help, but the woman doesn't stop. Exhausted, Minna pauses, only for the woman to shout back, "If you want to live, run to us." Spurred by fear, Minna catches up and the woman grabs her hand, leading her to a strange house. Inside, the woman locks the door, revealing a peculiar room dominated by a massive mirror. Two others are present and Minna, shaken, demands to know where she is. They don't answer, urging her to stand before the mirror because someone is coming. "Who?" Minna asks. The old woman, named Madeline, replies, "The Watchers are coming." Strange noises fill the room, and Madeline claims the unseen Watchers are pleased Minna has arrived. Clapping for her, Minna is bewildered as neither she nor anyone else ever sees these Watchers. Morning comes, and the group leaves the house. Madeline explains that the Watchers only appear at night, leaving the forest safe to roam by day. Minna, desperate to escape, ignores Madeline's warning that there's no way out and that they must return to the house before nightfall to survive with her parrot. Minna ventures deeper into the forest, only to encounter the same point of no return sign. Fear grips her, but she presses on, following the sun's path. Her efforts fail, and when the ground shakes again, she flees back to the house, defeated. Madeline consoles her, revealing that everyone there has tried and failed to escape. She describes the forest as a living entity that lures souls, torments them with strange visions, and drives them mad. This forest is a hunter, she says, and we're its prey. Madeline shows Minna a circle of point of no return signs arranged in the forest, explaining they mark a half-day's journey from the house. Going beyond them risks being unable to return in time. When Minna asks who created the signs, Madeline says they were made by a professor. Night falls, and the group returns to the house, where the Watcher's presence is felt again. A girl named Kira, part of the group, dances before the mirror, claiming she enjoys the Watcher's attention, leaving Minna to grapple with the forest's unrelenting grip. The four trapped in the forest don't always have to face the mysterious Watchers at night. They can move freely in the house, but must never turn away from the mirror when the Watchers are present. While nights bring the threat of the Watchers, days are filled with their own challenges. To survive, they hunt and gather food from the forest. One morning, Minna and Kira venture out to collect supplies. Minna, curious, asks Kira what the Watchers want. Kira admits she's unsure but shares Madeline's theory. The Watchers observe them, but looking at them could drive a person insane. Pointing to a deep pit, Kira explains that many such holes dot the forest, where the Watchers hide during the day and emerge at night. Minna learns that Kira's group has been stuck for 6 months. Kira clings to hope that her husband, who ventured into the forest to find a way out, will return. Unbeknownst to her, he's the man we saw dragged away at the film's start. Back at the house, Madeline lays out 3 survival rules for Minna. Never open the door at night, never turn away from the mirror after dark, and avoid the pits during the day while staying in the light. That night, Minna, desperate to understand the Watchers, presses her ear to the mirror but hears nothing. Defiant, she turns her back on it, angering the Watchers. They pound the mirror, cracking it. Madeline, woken by the noise, urges Minna to face the mirror again, calming the Watchers. Rage. The night passes. The next day, Minna joins Daniel to hunt. Determined not to waste time, she questions if he's ever seen a Watcher. He hasn't. Skeptical, Minna suggests Madeline's rules are a trap and proposes checking the pits for an escape. Daniel, eager to leave, agrees. Tying a rope around herself, Minna descends into a pit while Daniel holds the other end. Inside, she finds human belongings likely from others trapped in the forest. They haul the items out, but as Minna climbs up, she glimpses strange fingers in the darkness. Chilling her, at the house, Madeline demands to know where the items came from. Minna and Daniel lie, claiming they found them in the forest. Madeline, who's lived there longer, knows they're from a pit and presses Minna about what she saw. But Minna stays silent. Among the items is a camera, which they rig as a CCTV outside the house to spot the Watchers. Madeline warns against it, but they ignore her. That night, expecting the Watchers, they're startled by a knock at the door. The camera shows human legs, and a voice mimicking Kira's husband speaks. Kira, hopeful he's found a way out, rushes to open the door, but Madeline stops her, insisting it's not him. To prove it, Madeline suggests Kira ask a personal question only her husband would know. Kira asks about a book, but the figure outside doesn't answer, revealing itself as a Watcher. Furious, the Watcher destroys the camera. The group faces the mirror to appease the Watchers, who stop their attack and spare them. After the chaotic night, Minna and Daniel confess to Madeline about entering the pit. Enraged that they broke a rule, she throws the pit's items back into it, trapping Minna in the forest despite her desire to leave. Time passes and winter arrives, worsening their situation. Food grows scarce and their mental state deteriorates. Tensions flare, and Daniel, in a heated argument with Madeline, locks her and Minna outside the house with Kira inside as night approaches. Desperate, Madeline and Minna bang on the door, but Daniel refuses to open it. As darkness falls, they huddle under a dense tree, hearing the Watchers' eerie sounds. For the first time, the audience glimpses the Watchers alongside Minna and Madeline, tall, gaunt, and menacing, emerging from their pits to hunt. When the Watchers move deeper into the forest, Minna and Madeline seize the chance to return. Pounding on the door, they convince Daniel to let them in. Shaken, Madeline confesses she lied about being trapped. She came to study the creatures, believing from books they were fairies. Instead, she found intelligent monsters that mimic humans, one even taking her appearance with disheveled hair and dark-ringed eyes. She explains the Watchers observe them nightly, learning to imitate their behavior. Another knock interrupts creatures. mimicking their voices, demanding entry. The group knows opening the door is deadly, but the creatures could break through. Panicked, Daniel notices an uneven patch of floor, revealing a hidden bunker under a carpet. They scramble inside, sealing the entrance. The bunker is stocked with food, TVs, technology, and supplies for years. Stunned they never found it before, Minna activates a computer to learn its origins. Though offline, it holds data revealing the bunker was built by a Dr. Martin, leaving the group to ponder his role in their strange prison. Deep in the bunker, the group learns about Professor Martin, a researcher obsessed with the forest's creatures. He built the bunker to study them, luring humans to the forest with promises of wealth, only to abandon them in the upstairs room. At night, the creatures, which he called fairies, devoured those people. Martin's notes reveal these fairies once lived peacefully with humans, but were betrayed and trapped in the forest. Living underground for centuries, they lost their magic and feathers. He also discovered a unique fairy who could emerge from the pits even in daylight. Unlike the others, she was kind and didn't harm him. Martin brought her to the bunker, where she learned from him, but they later clashed. The bunker's computer holds many videos of Martin's findings, eager to know the outcome. Minna plays the final one. In it, a despairing Martin plans to end his life and the fairies. Before doing so, he shares an escape route for anyone trapped. Follow the direction birds fly at dusk to exit the forest. He urges escapees to destroy his research at the university, saying, "Some secrets should stay hidden. I failed to unite humans and fairies." That night, the group celebrates, hopeful about their escape. At dawn, they emerge to find the safe house wrecked by the Watchers. With evening as their deadline, Minna releases her parrot and follows its flight path, as the birds won't fly until dusk. On their journey, they pass a grave. Madeline explains that fairies once coexisted with humans until humans betrayed them, trapping them in the forest without their magic or feathers. The group reaches a stream, their escape route. As evening falls, the Watchers begin emerging from their pits. Spotting an injured man, Daniel recognizes him as his friend John and rushes to help while the others board Martin's boat. Too late, they realize the man isn't human but a fairy mimicking John before their eyes. It transforms into Daniel's likeness, kills him, and marks his forehead. The group learns fairies can't cross the stream. They sail across, reaching the city safely. The scene shifts to Minna at Martin's university, ready to destroy his research as instructed. Before erasing it, she uncovers a revelation. Thousands of years ago, humans and fairies intermingled, even marrying and producing hybrid children. She also discovers Madeline, whom they met in the forest, was Martin's wife. Confused why Madeline never mentioned this, Minna visits Kira to discuss it. She reveals Madeline was Martin's wife but hid her true nature. She wasn't human, but a fairy who could shapeshift. Kira is stunned. The real Madeline died years ago from lung cancer. Martin, devastated, found a fairy and molded her to resemble his wife using her photo. As Minna speaks, she realizes she's not with Kira, the fairy disguised as her. The real Kira lies unconscious, ambushed by the fairy, who now lunges at Minna to keep her secret. Before attacking, the fairy confesses she was mocked by other fairies in the forest for being different. She could roam in daylight, so they cast her out. Minna interrupts, saying, "You're not just different, you're special. You're a hybrid, half human, half fairy. That's why you can live among both and escape the forest." Hearing this, the fairy's feathers and magic return. She takes flight, sparing Minna and vanishing. Weeks later, Minna, shaken by the ordeal, moves in with her sister for safety. She confides, "I feel that fairy is still following me." Her sister reassures her, "You're safe now." In the final scene, a girl lingers outside Minna's house. It's the fairy, now living among humans, disguised as a young woman. The story closes with her watching silently,